Hi, welcome to the New Wave Cooking Club. I'm Jennifer, the executive chef for New Wave Oven. Today we're going to make a jumbo lump crab meat cake, one of my absolute favorite things to make. And what I've done is I've taken many different recipes and I've simplified it and brought it down to amplify the taste of this beautiful white crab meat. I am actually shooting up here in the north where you cannot get fresh crab meat. So I got this at one of my nice fishery stores, and it did come frozen, and I thawed it out, and it works beautifully. But if you're living in the southeastern region of the states, southeast Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, you'll know what I'm talking about with jumbo lump crab meat. If you try to use the fake imitation crab meat, you'll achieve some flavor, but not really. So this is one of those things, either you go for it or you don't. Anyways, and it's about $17, $18 a pound, so it's not a cheap endeavor. Okay, jumbo lump crab meat that I have picked through. And you are going to find in real crab meat that you are going to get little pieces of shell. But I pretty much picked through it, so just be careful and really watch for that. All right, very simply, I take plain breadcrumbs, and I'm going to reserve some just in case it gets too moist. Now, the lump crab meat will come in a plastic container without any water. So you don't need to wash it, it's already cooked. So you don't need to do anything there. I take a little bit of Dijon mustard, a little bit of mayo, Old Bay seasoning. This is not spicy, it's flavorful, so, and it also has salt content in it, so be careful, taste it before you go ahead and add your kosher salt. Some fresh cracked pepper. If you don't have fresh cracked, go ahead and use your ground pepper. Just a couple good snags there. Chives. Now, these are scallions, chives. This is what the shallot grows on underneath the ground, the little shallots that you call. They're all in the onion family. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to top the tops, and I'm just going to use the green part of it. Now, if you want to go ahead and spend $4 for those little tiny clams of chives when they're out of season, go ahead, be my guest, but you'll get the same sweet flavor out of the green onion. The white part is spicy, but if you soak them in ice water, it'll take the pungency spice out of them if you'd like to use them in stews or any other thing. Okay, so sweet chives, some fresh parsley, and if you don't have fresh parsley, just leave it out. This is one of those things you don't want to use dried for. Okay, the juice of some lemon. Now, 1/2 of a lemon is roughly 1 tablespoon, which is what we need. Here's my trick. Keep my fingers over the bowl, and you see that the seeds are being caught in my fingers. Throw them in the garbage down here. Now, the great thing about lemon juice is you can wash your hands with it, especially after you've been eating and working with fish. Okay, and I'm going to reserve this for our remoulade sauce I'm going to throw together. Okay, very simply, we're going to add a little bit of spice. Now, we want to fold this. We don't want to mash it together because we want to keep those nice big pieces of lump. This is one of those things that I like spice, but I really want to taste that sweet crab meat, so I'm just literally going to give it a pinch. And if you don't like any heat, then leave them out. And this is going to look dry to you, but it's actually the perfect consistency. I don't like it real pasty. And my way to see if it's going to form is I just take the back of my spatula or spoon, and if you kind of get that resistance and you see a little bit of moisture from the mayonnaise, then you know we're good to go. Okay, now at home we make big crab cakes, but this is one of those things for an appetizer party or anything. If you want to make little small ones, you're having some friends over, feel free to do it. But what I do is, best thing is your hands, if they're clean. I'm going to make a couple different sizes just to show you. The biggest thing is to make sure that the thickness is all the same so that they're going to cook the same. This is going to take about 7 to 8 minutes on power level high in your NuWave on the 4-inch rack, and we are not going to turn them, okay? So let's just get a couple made here. You see that consistency? That's what you want. And basically my little trick is I'm filling the bottom of my palm. So I'm getting the same amount of consistency, the same amount of crab in each cake. There we go. Now, if you think it's too wet, go ahead and add a little bit more breadcrumb if you want. And if you don't have breadcrumbs at home, take a couple slices of any kind of bread, take the crust off, stick them in your Cuisinart, and just pulse them, and you'll have fresh breadcrumb. I do that a lot and store it in the freezer when my bread's starting to go. Nobody will eat it after it's 2 days after it's been open, so I end up making breadcrumbs. All right, we've got a nice 5 of them to go. We're going to bring it up here and wash my hands. I'm actually going to take a little bit of lemon juice. Okay. All right, here we go. Touch and go. Dome holder on. Cook time. I'm going to give it 7 minutes because they're smaller ones. 7 minutes. Start. All right, and I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, we're ready. We've got about a minute left, maybe 45 seconds. We're going to throw together a traditional remoulade sauce. Basically, it's ketchup, some mayonnaise. Ooh, wish you could smell those crab cakes. Some pickle relish. I'd like to throw some capers in. You don't have to. Now, a lot of people in the grocery store are looking for remoulade sauce. It is in front, usually, of where your fish, where you buy your fish. There's a little kiosk underneath if you just wanted to do that. Some fresh lemon. Woo-hoo. Can you see how perfectly brown those are? Fresh lemon. Not too much. I'm going to reserve this because I throw them in my dish disposer and it cleans out. Good way to clean it. We're just going to give this a little mix. Perfect. It almost has that, oh, it's almost like a Thousand Island dressing. All right, put this off to the side. We'll take our dome off. Woo, perfect. Yum, yum. I have the little tiny spatula that I don't know where I found, but I've had it for about 20 years and I love it. If I ever lost it, I'd be very upset. Perfect to fit underneath my crab cakes. Look at that, guys. They don't stick. They're done on both the top and the bottom. They didn't fall apart. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then what I do is I just give it a couple little dollops on each side. And there you have jumbo lump crab meats. Until next time, have a great day.